Hi. So I'm going to be reading random stories online, and I decided as long as I have this platform of YouTube or wherever to talk, then I'll have my own fun and talk, and just have my fun. So I'm going to be reading random funny stories online on the internet. So I'm going to be reading my first story. It's a short story. It's a romantic short story. So this is about a woman who decides to test her husband's love. So this is what happened. Not too long ago, there was a woman who felt that her husband was being distant and unloving. She wanted to know how her husband would react if she left without telling him where she had gone. She decided to write him a letter saying she was tired of him and didn't want to live with him anymore. She knew it was petty and perhaps a bit childish, but she needed to know how her husband felt. And besides, this was more of a prank than a real test, right? After writing the letter, she put it on the table in the bedroom and then climbed under the bed to hide until her husband got home. She hoped to hear his outraged response or to see him get upset. When her husband eventually came back home, he saw the letter on the table and read it. After a few moments of silence, he picked up the pen and added something to the letter. Then he started to get changed, whistling happily, and singing and dancing while he changed. He seemed overjoyed rather than crushed and heartbroken. The woman was shocked and incredibly hurt, but things only got worse. The husband grabbed his phone and dialed a number. His wife listened from under the bed as he started chatting to someone. "Hey baby," said the husband on the phone. I'm just getting changed now. I'll join you." Say hi to Tara. She's being a bad girl. Okay. So he said, "Hey baby," he said on the phone. "I'm just getting changed now. I'll join you in a bit. As for the other fool, it finally dawned on her that I was cheating on her and she left. I was really wrong to have married her. I wish you and me had met earlier. See you soon, honey." Then he hung up and walked out of the room. After some time, the wife heard the front door open and close. Her husband was gone. In tears and very upset, she climbed out from under the bed and stumbled over to read what her unfaithful husband had written on the end of the paper, on the end of her letter. Through teary eyes, she read, "I could see your feet under the bed, you idiot. I'm going out to buy bread." I didn't think that was so funny, but it was corny, Let's see what this one says. Okay. A wife came home late and found out. A wife comes home late one night and quietly opens the door to her bedroom. From under the blanket, she sees 4 legs instead of just her husband's 2 legs. She reaches for a baseball bat and starts hitting the blanket as hard as she can. Once she's done, she goes to the kitchen to have a drink. As she enters, she sees her husband there reading a magazine. Wait a second. I wanted to see what happened. He says, oh, okay, so she sees her husband reading a magazine. He says, "Hi, darling, your parents have come to visit, so I let them stay in our bedroom. Did you say hello?" Did you get the story? I just realized, basically, her husband was sitting in the kitchen the whole time, and she thought that was her husband in the bed, and it was her parents. I think it's a well-known story. That's actually funny. Okay, let's see if it's a good... I don't know. Sad story. Let's see. Let's see if there's any other funny stories. Okay. Watch this. Okay, husband gets a shock when his wife tells him this on her birthday. This is gold. Okay, so this story is about a man was sitting on the edge of the bed, watching his wife who was looking at herself in the mirror. Since her birthday was not far off, he asked what she'd like to have on her birthday. "I'd like to be 8 again," she replied, still looking in the mirror. On the morning of her birthday, he rose early, made her a nice bowl of Cocoa Pops, and then took her to Adventure World theme park. What a day! He put her on every ride in the park. The Death Slide, the Wall of Fear, the Screaming Roller Coaster, everything there was. 5 hours later, they staggered out of the theme park. Her head was reeling and her stomach felt upside down. He then took her to a McDonald's where he ordered her a Happy Meal with extra fries and chocolate shake. Then it was off to a movie, popcorn, a soda pop, and her favorite candy, M&Ms. What a fabulous adventure. Finally, she wobbled home with her husband and collapsed into bed, exhausted. He leaned over his wife with a big smile and lovingly asked, "Well, dear, what was it like being 8 again?" Her eyes slowly opened and her expression suddenly changed. "I meant my dress size, you idiot." The moral of the story, even when a man is listening, he is gonna get it wrong. Oh, that was a good one. I like that one. Okay, let's see this one, okay? A woman honked and screamed at him for stopping at a yellow light. What followed next is priceless. An honest man was being tailgated by a stressed-out woman on a busy boulevard. Suddenly, the light turned yellow just in front of him. He did the right thing, stopping at the crosswalk, even though he could have beaten the red light by accelerating through the intersection. The tailgating woman hit the roof and the horn, screaming in frustration as she missed her chance to get through the intersection. As she was still in mid-rant, she heard a tap on her window and looked up into the face of a very serious police officer. The officer ordered her to exit her car with her hands up. He took her to the police station where she was searched, fingerprinted, and photographed, and then placed in a holding cell. After a couple hours, a police approached the cell and opened the door. She was escorted back to the booking desk where the arresting officer was waiting with her personal effects. He said, "I'm very sorry for this mistake. You see, I pulled up behind your car while you were blowing your horn, flipping off the guy in front of you, and cursing a blue streak at him. I noticed the What Would Jesus Do bumper sticker, the Follow Me to Sunday School bumper sticker, and the chrome-plated Christian fish emblem on the trunk. Naturally, I assumed you had stolen the car." Oh. Do you get it? Basically, she was acting like a crazy lady, and basically she had all these bumper stickers on her car. You know, all these like good behavior things that says, "What would Jesus do? Follow me to Sunday school." You know, all these well-behaved Christian emblems on them, and she was acting crazy, so they thought that she stole the car because she wouldn't be behaving this way if it was her car. Okay, let's see what this one says. A depressed man asks a cute girl for a dance, but never expected her to say this. A very handsome man gets into a terrible car accident. The doctor saved his life, but he loses one eye. Before a nice glass one can be fitted, he is temporarily given a wooden eye. The man becomes very depressed because of his eye loss and sits at home, moping around. Eventually his friend comes over and drags him out to a bar to try and cheer him up. While at the bar, he's still just sitting there looking depressed, not really talking. One of his friends suggests he tries to talk to a cute girl who seems alone at the bar. "No, she'll never go for a man with a wooden eye," the man says. "Okay, how about the girl over there?" his friend responds. She has a really big nose," the man says. The man walks over to the girl and asks, "Would you like to dance?" Very excited and shocked to be asked to dance by such an attractive woman, the woman responds, Would I? To which the man quickly responds, "Big nose, big nose." Do you understand that? I don't. Okay, that's the end of this one. On to the next one.